Hello my friends and welcome back. It's episode 117. This is probably going to be the final episode. I'm just going to burn the last couple of turns. I might try and frustrate the AI a little bit in the bottom corner. It's kind of an interesting little battle. The AI is making hardly any moves because its main front is cut off. Looks like part of the AI decided to evacuate because of the danger of being encircled. Yeah, this is evacuating AI units getting absolutely kiboshed or slaughtered or butchered or dumpstered or whatever your favorite word is. Escaping units or units desperately trying to get out of this massive encirclement. Getting absolutely wreckaged. Stand firm, men. The artillery hits definitely suck. Yeah, that was inevitable. But amazing how much that taught me. How much I learnt from that holdout about how supply works. I could have potentially played this entire campaign without ever letting a unit get hopelessly encircled like that and thus not learn truly what a true lack of supply does, which is surprisingly little for a defender. It's a 66% penalty to attack and defense. But when you think about all the other bonuses that you can stack, like 100% for being on top of a mountain, forest bonuses, officer bonuses, cards and stuff. You know, this explains why some units that I had that were I had enemy units completely surrounded and I was hitting them from all sides and I was just thinking they've got no supply, they should just die. And they weren't dying, they were just holding out, actually outputting good damage. That was because, you know, the supply was impacting them a lot less than I truly appreciated. These boys running for the hills. And it's not saving them. So, it's now afternoon. Looks like this guy decided that he would try and test the wall, but that is where the wall is strongest. So, yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, you know, whatever. They can't get out. The only thing you'd have to worry about is people trying to break in. This poor Churchill. Goodbye. Okay, just sit there. Brutal. Man, he put up a good put up a good fight there, considering. And I guess it's attempting a breakthrough there, but that's not going to happen. I know you have no supply. The emergency unit power is amazing. That has certainly been something I've learned from this campaign. Nice. They left themselves kind of exposed there. I'm going to say that these hexes are probably empty by this point. Yeah, there's plenty of fuel left. It's because I haven't got any units here that use fuel. This is actually a really fat infantry unit. That's a field, though. Amazing how Team Light Blue on the hill is still alive. Team Orange that came to save them is almost completely obliterated now. Kill him. Oh man, those tanks did a great job, huh? Line infantry sucks. That's another thing I've learnt. Line infantry absolutely sucks against tanks. So does artillery, if we're honest. Your best bet is to use artillery on it and try and soften it, since tanks are rare and valuable, pricey units. You can definitely wear them out with a relentless rain of artillery fire. Even if it doesn't feel like it's that, you know, it doesn't feel that great to drop a load of artillery on some tanks and kill like 3 or 4 of them. But, you know, units like this, 10 Panthers, is surprisingly potent. Compared to, say, even engineers, which are pretty tough. 24 soft defense, 10 hard defense. And then you look at a tank and it's like 39 and 245 hard defense. I don't know what happens at the end of a campaign, actually. We'll just get a victory screen. Be interesting to see. What cards respawn and which ones don't as well is a bit of a mystery. The cobbled together conf group, or whatever you want to call it, seems to respawn every time you use it. But there was an elite version of that card, and it never respawned. Or I think it might have respawned once. It's kind of hard to know which cards you're going to get back and which ones you're not going to get. But units trying to escape, just walking into my units and getting killed instantly. Look at these units, are just being vaporized. You see the attack and then you see the enemy unit being completely destroyed. This wall is finally crumbling after receiving no support. Well, lots of support from bonus cards and such, but I really needed to bring elite units down here to help with this. This was the AI literally dumping everything they had down here. But it doesn't matter. And it looks like they're not going to get Arlen. They're going to get tantalizingly close to Arlen, but they're not going to get Arlen. It's going to be nighttime. Their ability to attack is going to plummet. Which just goes to show how well you can hold out. Just simple line infantry in a good place can really hold out. If they hadn't had all that artillery, then it probably would have gone even worse for them. Or they might not have even broken through at all. I think this is the date where the weather is actually clear. So I can use spy planes. No, it's the morning. Catch. I hit the trucks. These units are starting to get fully supplied. That is interesting. Well, I guess because I'm just not doing anything. And so many of my units are now supplying themselves. I must admit, it has been funny to watch the AI just waddle into the wall and get smashed. These units, I should have just ordered trucks and moved them that way. I should have just deployed trucks over and over and over until all of this. This is incredibly good units. But they are huge units with no transport. Should have supplied them with trucks. Interestingly, as well, if I had supplied them with trucks, I probably should have deployed them down here and used them for this fight. Since they're mountain troops, this would have been the ideal place for them. But anyway, who cares, right? It's over. I never did get to use my airstrike card. I got given an airstrike card and then never got the weather to use it. I guess the historical weather was bad. The Allies will probably be well supplied as well, just simply because they're not delivering supplies to half their army trapped in a massive bubble. So the units that are supplied, that are connected to their supply source, will be well supplied indeed. They got tantalizingly close to Ardennes, but I fought them to a standstill. I think that's probably one of the most impressive parts of the campaign, was just how hordes of fresh units, a lot of elite units, managed to hold them off with just line infantry and cobbled together emergency units. Yeah, that's it. I could easily have gone on the offensive in every direction. Yeah! It's a box with some text in it. And some clapping. Straight out of Evangelion. Major Axis victory. I definitely got lazy for the last few turns. Because, you know, why not? Wow, you can just keep playing. If you want. You can just keep playing. There's no, like, there's no sort of after-action kind of reveal all the enemies kind of thing. So if you really want to, you can just carry on playing until you've taken the whole map. You can grind all the enemies to a dust. If you wanted to, from this position, and it, you know, it's definitely a position of being incredibly far ahead. Five tanks destroyed. Sad times. If you wanted to carry on playing from this position, your best bet is to just go for a supply source kill. Just basically put together a team of strong units. Maybe that Norwegian, the purple team. And just crawl across the map, along the top and down, until you hit the supply source. And then that's it. That's game over because of how the game works. Their supply source actually primarily uses this road. But this is probably well defended. There's probably loads of roadblock and other engineering units and stuff that's designed to really slow you down and stop you from getting here. So the easy way to, or the easier way to do it would be to just push along the border and down. Once you've got the supply source, it's over. Or this road here would be ideal, actually. Not a major road, but it's a nice clean diagonal. However you want to do it. Yeah, if you're interested in continuing to play, you can. I didn't know that. I thought the game just ended, and that was it. Yeah, I think the best thing to do from this point on, if you were going to carry on playing, would be to just build a wall here. Move this back onto the hill. Just hold this position. Look at all this artillery. That's the artillery that was been pounding this position the whole time. It's evidently started moving around. Build a wall here. Try and hold on. And do whatever damage you can. And just take all your forces. Take your main forces. And just push for that supply. And switch it off. And that would be the end. It's interesting how you only really play on half the map as well. But anyway, I learned a huge amount from this campaign, and I hope you guys did too. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There's not really much more to say. I got lazy towards the end. I certainly could have gotten about 350. VP pretty easily. And of course you could just clean out all the enemies. Knowing that they're defenseless. Obviously not these ones on this side of the wall, but certainly the ones on this side of the wall. Could just sweep from right to left, clearing everything away, making a nice neat wall of line infantry, and then deciding to push up. Obviously the huge assault going on down here would be a problem that would probably spread this way in due time. And because I moved all of my elite forces north, there's no real way to stop it. Line infantry teams just won't cut it. But that's fine. I mean, there's no point in... You know, if I was to play this out, there'd be no point in taking all the elite forces and going back south again. It seems silly. The point now would be to go for the killing blow and get their supply source, which would just shut them down. Maybe keeping those grief teams would have been a good idea. I used them quite early. Poor enemy units just disappearing. Yeah, I think it would be very easy to just tighten the wall and advance it from right to left till you hit the supply source. Yeah, I mean that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this campaign. These kinds of campaigns, they actually, in a way, they hurt the channel because only the truly hardcore strategy fans watch these, and you know the games themselves are not massive games that are hugely popular or anything like that. You know, I do these because I enjoy these kinds of games, and I enjoy reading your comments about these kinds of games and just showing how they can be done. I actually won this on hard, which is a pretty solid difficulty level for my first attempt at a major campaign, which is a 25% flat bonus to enemy units. So, if you're just playing this on normal difficulty, you should be able to use these strategies to win pretty easily. Just go ahead and spawn troops all day long. That seems to be a good trick. There it is, look. Keep in mind that the AI is going to spawn all of its late game regiments down here. So the amount of force that I used up here is probably unnecessary. And it was definitely the right move to hold the enemy here, because the amount of force that they throw at you is overwhelming. But they got their asses beat because I wore them down at the river line. There are little adjustments that you can make that would definitely improve on what I did, like having your artillery on the hills, especially your long-range artillery, to get those hill bonuses, disbanding the security teams, and making sure to spread out the HQs that can summon units. Because not all of them can. This one can. This one can. This one can. I think it's all the top ones. But the units under them cannot. Oh, this one can. This one and this one. As can this one. It would be good to learn which of these. I think none of the bottom ones can for sure. They have different card types. Learn which of these can summon the emergency units, because they are very very useful, very potent. This is the weird one that can't, despite having these kinds of cards. Like rearranging HQs is also a bit of a pain. But these emergency units are definitely super useful. They're useful for giving your command staff, giving HQ's command staff. Many of your HQs start with depleted. Depleted staff, which impacts their ability to do anything. So there's definitely room to spawn those units and start reinforcing those officers straight away. And you definitely want to spread those around the front, because this kind of constant trickle of reinforcements is really useful for just keeping your units alive and making sure that they don't attrition away to nothing. Other than that, I don't think I would change too much about my play. Liberal use of artillery definitely works out. Ha. And it works out well. You definitely want to be just constantly firing your artillery when it's ready to fire. You want that damage. Yeah, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts in the comments. Just, you know, if you got any questions, let me know. I'll try and answer them. Maybe I'll put together some guide videos for people who don't want to watch an enormous 117 mission campaign and try and learn something from it. I should have made more liberal use of trucks as well, once I was drowning in political points. Just to move line infantry around that was very, very slow. Some of these units definitely came a bit too late. They came too late to make a difference. And just remember that unsupplied units, they may not be able to attack, but they can still defend if they don't surrender. They can still suffer from serious morale problems and surrender. Or integrity problems, I should say. Okay, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next campaign.